Hello.
Oh, hello. I think you might have joined the wrong meeting. You lovely young man, you.
I'm meeting with Michael Montgomery and some civil servant types.
Gosh, are you? Oh, then you are most absolutely in the right meeting. I'm Tabitha Archer, but you can most definitely call me Tabby.
Good afternoon, Tabby.
Do you know why they call me Tabby?
I'd imagine it's because it's short for Tabitha.
Oh no, it's because I purr like a kitten when I'm played with.
No, Sebastian. Oh, you're here.
Yes.
I see that you've met Tabitha. I hope she hasn't said anything untoward to you. Hmm?
What are you afraid of, Michael? That I'll let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah, something like that.
No, we were just talking about why she's called Tabitha.
Oh, God, not that story again.
Sebastian appreciated it. Didn't you, Sebastian?
Yes. Look, Father, this isn't going to take long, is it?
Father? Oh, you're that Sebastian.
It will take as long as it needs to.
Only I said I'd meet Squiffy Baskerville for a spot of lunch.
No. If you want to maintain your monthly allowance, then you will sit there until this meeting is over.
That's Janice. She's a lesbian.
Oh. Thank you for letting me know.
Oh, and here's Joe, and that's Patrick. Good, right, now we can start.
Is that one supposed to be here like the TV man, or not supposed to be here like my mother?
It's okay, Joe. He's supposed to be here. He's Michael's son. His lovely, lovely son.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sebastian.
You look familiar.
It's funny you should say that, because I am, in fact, quite the well-known TV personality.
Really?
Yes. I made my name in Howling for Harrow, the reality TV show. It's about what happens to Harrow public school boys once they've left the institution.
Does that mean that you're one of the Harrow Howlers?
What the hell's a Harrow Howler?
Oh, Janice, old thing. You can tell you weren't educated under the good old British public school system.
I most definitely was not. There's nothing wrong with my comprehensive school education.
Oh, you poor thing. Educated at a comprehensive school. Was it terribly scary?
Oh, the Harrow Howlers are an ancient club for the older boys of Harrow. Very exclusive.
For all the right reasons. Being a Harrow Howler opens many doors in life.
Yeah, most of them probably lead to brothels.
No, doors like, doors to a successful television career, which is why Sebastian is here. Now, he currently presents the popular youth culture TV show, The Stuff.
The Stuff.
You've obviously heard of it.
I've obviously not.
Well, it's very popular. It tops the ratings all the time.
Wait, out to Mongolia?
Oh, very funny. Although it is very popular across Russia.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Sebastian is here so that we can discuss having a segment devoted to COVID-19 on the next episode of The Stuff.
Well, I can't imagine Chris Whitty agreeing to go on a TV programme called The Stuff.
Oh, no, don't worry. No, we're not going to use an expert this time. I thought we'd all brief Sebastian on the message we want to get across, and then he can talk about it himself. After all, he knows how to get through to these young people types.
No. I do think we need an expert. Young people will take a lot more notice of an expert.
Well, Janice can't do it. I mean, not after that catastrophe on Newsnight.
Oh, absolutely. Janice would be useless.
Oi! You don't all have to pile in with the insults.
I agree.
Thank you.
Janice is too old.
Oi!
We
Again.
need a much younger member of the team. What about Joe?
He wants my rap.
Don't be ridiculous. No one wants that mutant poem from Hades you spat out the other day.
I realise he's not in his 20s or his 30s. How old are you exactly?
What, now?
No! 10 years ago, you moron! Of course now!
I'm hovering around my 30s.
Hovering? Hovering? More like orbiting from a distance of several light years.
Well, whatever age you are, you're not as old as the rest of them, so you are my only hope.
But we can't use Joe. He's a total idiot.
Are you using the word idiot like a term of endearment?
No, he's accurately describing your intellectual capacity.
He can't be an idiot. He's part of a specialist government advisory panel.
Well...
Oh, dear chap, the British government has a long history of using complete idiots in top government jobs. In fact, we prefer it that way.
So how did he get this job?
His father knows the minister.
Well, my father knows the minister, and I'm not in a top government job.
I don't know the minister. No, I work for the minister. You see, no, it's totally different.
So am I going to be on TV?
Oh, dear God. It's beginning to look that way.
It's okay. I can go with him. I've supported members of the government when they've been on TV before. I'm just the firm hand a young man needs in these situations.
But you'll just be there to help me. You're not going on TV. It's my time to shine.
Excellent.
Don't worry, Sebastian. I'll keep him in hand. It's something I'm very good at.
So, do you think it would be possible to have a heads up on the sort of things that you'd want Joe to talk about? It might be a good idea for Janice to prep him before he goes on air.
Well, I thought we could dig into a few of the conspiracy theories hanging around at the moment. There are lots of strange stories spreading all over social media, and young people get very confused.
Well, I'm sure if you throw out a few examples to Janice, she can separate the wheat from the chaff.
Is that all right, Janice?
Oh, I suppose so, if I must.
We did this before, didn't we? On the website.
Yes, we won't mention that debacle again.
Okay. COVID-19 was created by Disney to coincide with the release of Disney+.
Oh, absolute drivel.
Dr. Thunberg released the virus from a laboratory to help with climate change.
I seriously have to debunk that one? False.
If you drink cow's urine, it protects you against COVID-19.
Are you extracting the urine there?
COVID-19's vaccine will contain a microchip That means the government will be able to monitor your every movement.
Seriously, are all young people thick?
Celebrities like Tom Hanks were paid to say that they had it.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And my all-time favourite, the government are using the under-pitch heating of Wembley Stadium to bake an enormous lasagna to feed the nation.
Michael, I know he's your offspring, but you can't seriously expect me to answer crap like that.
Yes, that's enough now, Sebastian. That's enough. I think the best thing for us to do is to put together a bullet point list of the information we want Joe to deliver. Send it to your producers, and then you can come up with some suitable questions.
All right, if you want to go all serious on me, but you can't stop us from being a little bit light-hearted.
What? Light-hearted? COVID-19 is a fatal respiratory disease. You can't make it light-hearted.
The youth of this nation respond better to things that are light-hearted. You may know the science, but I know the young people.
Oh, I'm willing to get to know certain ones.
Oh, get back in your box, Tabitha.
Well, this has been lovely, but I need to go. I'll speak to the producers later today, and then we'll be in touch. Look forward to seeing you in the studio, Joe.
I'm going to be on the telly!
I'll drink to that.
What have you got there today, Patrick?
Oh, this is a feisty young lady I first became acquainted with over the years, called Margarita. And this one is how we first met.
What?
Sex on the beach, old girl!
Right, that's it. I'm going before I implode. I take it this meeting is over, Michael.
Yes, no, it is totally over. Although, for the next meeting, could you prepare a presentation on the current thinking around vaccine development?
If I must. How dumbed down do you want it?
Well, so the minister can understand.
Oh, nursery school level then. Great.
I've never had a cocktail.
You're generally not my sort of tipple either, old boy. But it's been proving rather difficult to get a suitable delivery slot with Oddbins. So I've been forced to drink up all the liquor I had around the house.
I'm quite partial to a porn star martini.
Of course you are, yeah. Well, as long as it is having this conversation, I need to go and help the minister concoct a tangible argument as to why counting a pair of gloves as 2 items of PPE was a good idea.
Are we done then?
Yes, Patrick, all done.
I'll be off then. I need to take this saucy young thing in hand.
Right, Joe. I shall see you on the day of the TV show.
I'm going to be on the telly.
Yes, we know this. Look, please don't make an idiot of yourself. And don't show me up in front of Sebastian or any other nice young men there.
I won't. It'll be fine. In fact, I think I'm going to be brilliant.
Oh, there's nothing quite like misplaced confidence, is there? Goodbye, Joe.
Bye,
Oh, look! It's our TV celebrity.
Oh,
don't, Janice.
Good morning, all. I trust you had a restful weekend. And are we all here?
Your Tabitha isn't here yet.
More cocktails, Patrick?
Oh, yes, indeed. My hooch supplies are diminishing, so I'm having to be more creative.
So, what are those?
Well, this one is a bacon cherry creek. It's port, cherry syrup, and bacon-infused bourbon. A superb breakfast cocktail.
And the other one?
This one is an habanero martini, tequila, vermouth, and some habanero peppers I found at the back of the fridge. She's got quite a kick.
Can I remind you all that this is a meeting of the News Co-ordination Centre and not a scene from that awful Tom Cruise film where he's a cocktail waiter? I can't remember the name of it.
Cocktail.
Was it called Waiter?
Cocktail.
Well, never mind.
Sorry, old boy. I thought we were waiting for Tabby to join us before we started the meeting proper.
Yeah, and it is unlike Tabitha to be this late. Tabitha, what on earth are you wearing this time?
It's just a little outfit from my Haitian days.
What are you? A voodoo priestess?
Yes.
Pardon?
I mentioned it last time. I said I'd been in touch with my old manbo.
You've been in touch with an old mango?
Manbo! The name for a voodoo priestess. When I was in Haiti, I joined a voodoo church. I even started training to be a priestess myself.
How fascinating.
And I was prompted by recent events to reach out to my manbo again, and she told me I could complete my training online. So I did.
Well, I'm not sure that being a voodoo priestess is an acceptable hobby for a member of the senior civil service.
You can't discriminate against me on the basis of my religion. I shall take you to an employment tribunal.
Look, can we get a move on, please? I'd really like to get to the bit where we discuss Joe's disastrous appearance on The Stuff.
Do we have to?
My dear boy, I was terribly pickled when I watched it, and it still was an unmitigated catastrophe.
Tabitha, you were supposed to look after him.
She spent the entire time flirting with the production crew.
I resent that accusation. I don't flirt. I seduce.
Seduce away, old girl.
I have standards, Patrick.
I thought you were supposed to be sending them the ideas we wanted to get across so they could shape their interview around them.
But I did. And they clearly took no notice of them.
They did ask some of the right questions.
Oh, was that before or after they poured the pink custard all over you?
That was before.
I think it was jolly clever of you to use the pink custard incident as a way of talking about hand washing.
I couldn't think what else to do.
Oh, and to mention social distancing when they were spinning you around in that chair. It was positively genius.
It's a shame that the female presenter didn't socially distance enough when you threw up all over the place.
I did apologise, but apparently it was an Armani blouse.
Well, I shall be having stern words with that son of mine.
You should have had stern words with him years ago. Bloody Penelope's always spoiled him, and you've been too spineless to stand up to her.
Right, that's enough of that. It was very regrettable that Joe's appearance on The Stuff was treated as an item of ridicule, but it's done now, and we'll have to move on.
Well said, old chap. I'm going to move on to this second cocktail.
So, now that we've got Joe's calamitous appearance on national TV out of the way, we need to address the big news story of the moment.
Is that the story about the scientist who got high on the fumes from the penguin poo?
No, it's not. How do you know all this esoteric nonsense, yet so little about normal life?
Oh, thank you.
It's not a compliment, Dumbo.
I refer, of course, to the Dominic Cummings incident.
That.
So, a senior aide to the government leaves his home with his coronavirus-infected wife, piles their children into the car and drives from London to his parents' farm in Durham, where, a few days later, after allegedly having the illness himself, he drives to a local tourist attraction. Now, any ideas?
He's a complete idiot.
No. I mean, any ideas on how we can explain that away in a reasonable manner?
He's a complete idiot.
He was drunk?
What, you think that's a better excuse?
He didn't understand what the rules were because he can't read properly.
The top advisor to the government can't read properly.
Literacy issues are commoner than you think.
I am forced to lay this one on you, Tabitha.
Michael Montgomery, your days of laying things on me are well and truly over.
Does anyone have any ideas how we can explain this extreme error of judgment away?
Error of judgment? An error of judgment would be accepting a follow request from Joe on Twitter. This was a monumental fiasco.
Look, just get him to hang his head in shame and admit that he got it wrong. Admit that he broke the lockdown rules, but he panicked because he was so worried about the woman he loves, and he hopes that the wonderful British public can forgive him.
That might actually do the trick. A bit of well-timed humility can work wonders. Yeah, thanks, Tabby. Right, Janice, have you got the presentation about vaccine development?
Oh, at last. Yes, I have, Michael. Joe, can you put my slides on, please?
Yes, I'm just sharing the screen, and now.
So, the exciting thing with the COVID-19 vaccine development is that normally it takes several years to get to the stage of having a viable vaccine. However, current developments mean that we can get to that stage a lot quicker. Antiviral vaccines come in two categories: gene-based vaccines and protein-based vaccines. Gene-based vaccines deliver gene sequences that encode protein antigens that are produced by host cells, such as live virus vaccines or nucleic acid vaccines. Protein-based vaccines include whole inactivated virus, individual viral proteins, or viral proteins assembled as particles. So, if you want to develop a vaccine to COVID-19, you need to target a protein. The spike protein is displayed on the virus surface and facilitates entry into the host cell. It does this by undergoing a massive rearrangement that pulls the virus and the cell membranes together and fuses them, displaying this antigen so that it maintains the surface contours and chemistry of the original spike protein, will preserve the epitopes required for generating a good antibody response.
Right. Well, thank you, Janice.
I didn't dumb it down too much, did I?
Could you go back to slide 2, please? I didn't manage to write it all down.
What I don't understand is that if we know all that science malarkey, why does it take so long to get the vaccine onto the market?
Well, all this is theoretical, Patrick. We can assume that an antibody to the COVID-19 spike protein would prompt an effective immune response, but we have to test that in vivo.
Where's that?
In vivo means in real life, idiot.
So, give some people the vaccine and then get someone with COVID to cough on them and see what happens.
That's not very ethical, Patrick. You have to wait for natural exposure, preferably over a few thousand people over a couple of years. These things take time.
We haven't got time, dear lady. I'm running out of boots.
I'm not sure the minister is going to be able to understand that. Is there a simpler version?
Simpler than that? How can it be simpler than that?
Well, could you at least try?
Oh, good grief. Okay, so the virus has a spiky bit, which is important for getting into the body cells. If we make a vaccine that can generate antibodies to the spiky bit, then we're on to a winner.
Well, excellent. Well, you send me that in an email, and I'll put it to the minister. Oh, in fact, that's him now. He's locked himself in his wine cellar again. Right, listen, I need to go. Tabitha, can you close the meeting? Thank you.
Why the hell he can't close the meeting himself, I'll never know. It's as if it's beneath him. Oh, and of course, I jump to rescue him every time. Well, no more. Michael Montgomery is on his own now.
I'm not being funny, but I seriously think there's been something going on between those two.
Gosh, really? Don't ever expect to rise above junior civil servant level, will you?
Why is she always being mean to me?
I thought it was obvious.
Well, not really.
Well, clearly the old girl fancies you.
I don't think so, Patrick. I mean, Janice is a lesbian.
No, nobody's a lesbian these days. Everyone's bisexual. It's all the rage.
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely. I know about these things. I can't count the number of times women have been abrasive with me when, in reality, they're deeply attracted to me.
How long before they told you they fancied you?
Oh, I don't think any of them ultimately confessed, but I knew it all the time.
So what should I do?
Play it cool, Joe. Play it cool.
Cool. Yeah, I can do that. Bye, Patrick.
Good Lord, is it Christmas already?
No, I thought I'd put a tie on today. Look a bit smarter for Janice. And this is the only one I've got.
Phew. I thought I'd managed to lose a few months completely there.
I'm a bit worried, though, that I might have put on weight. It's all those sausage sandwiches.
Oh, you're not alone, dear boy. I was trying to do my belt up this morning, and it was a bit of a struggle.
I think that's a dog collar, Patrick. I don't think you could have got that around your waist even before lockdown.
Is it? Well, why on earth would I have a dog's collar? I've never had a dog. Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, Camilla Buckley Jones. Oh, she made me howl at the moon a few times. Oh, I can tell you. Oh.
I think I've grown moobs. Do you think I've grown moobs?
Well, even if you have, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. I think Janice quite likes breasts.
Good morning, Patrick. Joe.
Morning, Michael. Do you think I've grown moobs?
Beg your pardon?
Moobs. Moobs. Do you think I've grown moobs?
Simply repeating the word isn't going to help, as I have no idea what you're talking about.
I believe the word derives from the phrase man boobs, Michael.
Sorry, are you asking me if I think you've got breasts?
Yes.
Well, let me look to see if that's on the agenda. No, I can't see it. So shut up.
Oh, Michael, I think that was humour.
Oh, well spotted.
See how much fun we have when the girls aren't here, just us boys together?
Please don't ever put me in the same social grouping as yourself.
I don't want to be sexist, but
Starting a sentence with that particular phrase usually means that's exactly what you're about to do.
Oh, all right then. Being totally sexist, what do you think of the girlies anyway?
Well, I think they're two professional women who are at the top of their field. Wouldn't take too kindly to being referred to as girlies.
Well, what do you think of them anyway?
Well, I think they are two professional women who are at the top of their field.
No, I mean, what do you think of them? You know.
This isn't an inappropriate conversation to be having.
Patrick thinks that Janice fancies me.
Really? But how the dickens do you come to that conclusion?
My years of studying the female of the species, old boy. I can read them like books.
Yes, well, I think you'll find Janice is a bit more George Orwell than Mills and Bourne.
And I think Tabitha might fancy you a little bit.
Well, I'm not sure. Anyway, listen, I am a happily married man, so this is superfluous conversation.
And here they are, the lovely ladies.
Hello, Patrick, Michael, Joe.
Hello, Janice. You look pretty.
What the hell is that around your neck?
It's a tie. I'm being smart.
You? Smart? Best give it up as a bad job right now.
Oh.
And what on earth are your cocktails today, Patrick?
I call this the lockdown mojito. It's white rum, mint leaves, soda, and boot polish.
And the other one?
Oh, this one is cleverly named the Dominic Cummings. It's vodka, brandy, cherry liqueur, and Sillet Bang. It only takes one glass, and you can't see straight, but you still think you can drive.
I need to make a slight apology at the start of the meeting. There may be a chicken running around in the background at some point. I think he knows he's going to be sacrificed later, so he's done a runner.
But then let's just start this meeting now so that I can go away and lie down in a dark room.
Sorry, Joe, what are you doing with the sunglasses?
Looking cool.
Really? You look like a bit of a prat to me.
Can we please just continue?
Well, I assume we're starting with the Cummins interview.
Well, I think we must. As much as I'd like to erase it permanently from my mind.
Didn't you tell him what I said? Confess and throw yourself on the mercy of the people.
Yes, that's exactly what I told him.
So who on earth advised him to claim he was testing his eyesight?
Me? Well, in a sort of roundabout sort of way.
Well, how many roundabouts are there between London and County Durham?
I phoned him straight after our meeting, but the reception was awful. I mean, we kept losing one another. Anyway, I told him to say that, utilising the test of hindsight, he realised that driving to Barnard Castle was an unreasonable thing to do.
Which it was.
Yes, but he thought that I'd say, utilising it as a test of eyesight, he realised that driving to Barnard Castle was a reasonable thing to do.
You can see how we got mixed up.
Mixed up? Senior government aides shouldn't get mixed up.
Well, at least I'm not the only one who makes a twit of themselves on national TV.
I think I recognise that garden he was in. Was it Alan Titchmarsh's? It had the feel of a Titchmarsh creation. He has instantly recognisable herbaceous borders.
It was the garden of 10 Downing Street, you moron. Why would Dominic Cummins give a press conference from Alan Titchmarsh's garden?
Oh, you can't beat a good floral backdrop, my dear. It softens even the harshest of blows. Why do you think we men give our ladies bunches of flowers when we're about to confess something?
I can't remember what it's like to be bought flowers. Of course, if a certain person bought me any now, I would simply ram them down his feeble windpipe.
Do you like flowers, Janice?
What? I suppose so. Emma and I never really bought one another flowers.
Which ones do you like?
Well, I suppose I like roses.
Roses?
Into flora, old boy.
And moving on, perhaps this would be a good moment to start talking about plans for test and trace.
So what's that then?
Yeah. It's the next exciting stage of the COVID-19 response.
Excited? Misguided, more like.
Oh, Janice, you are such a naysayer.
No, she's not. She's an intelligent, lovely woman who's at the end of her field.
End of my field?
Top of her field. She's at the top, not the end, the top.
So, anyway, with test and trace, as we start easing the lockdown restrictions, if an individual develops symptoms of COVID-19, they and their contacts must self-isolate, but the potential case will be tested, and if they're negative, everyone can come out of isolation.
So, how will that work?
It won't.
I agree with Janice.
Well, as I said, if you develop symptoms such as temperature, persistent cough, or loss of taste and smell, you have to self-isolate.
I'm doing that already, old boy.
No, that's shielding. That's totally different.
Then what you will need to do is contact the NHS testing service, and they will send out a test to you in the post.
Something like a word search?
No, a swab test for COVID-19. Give me strength. You take the test, then you send it back. And if you test positive, a contact tracer will text or email you.
Yes, which you'll ignore because hackers have already started faking those messages to get bank details. So there are posts all over social media saying they're scams.
And if you don't respond to that, then they'll telephone you.
Which you'll ignore and block because you won't recognise the number and you'll assume it's someone who's claimed you've had an accident in the last 5 years that wasn't your fault.
But eventually they will get through to you, and they will ask you for a list of people that you've been in contact with, so they can be told and also self-isolate.
So you give them a list of all your mates who'd like a sneaky fortnight off work.
Oh, that's very funny, Janice. Well done.
What's happening to you? You're freaking me out.
So anyway, look, we've got a slot booked on the 6 o'clock news, and we need one of you to go on there and explain this.
But don't look at me. I'm not justifying that pile of nonsense. You don't even know if you've got the capacity to do all the testing. I'm not going on television and making false claims.
I'm with Janice. I don't want to damage my credibility in front of the nation.
Yet you wanted that rap video to be broadcast.
What about Tabitha?
Well, Tabitha's a civil servant. It won't sound as good coming from her.
And I'm due to be sacrificing this chicken at 6, if I can find it by then.
So anyway, well, that just leaves Patrick.
You can't be serious.
Well, it's a short segment. We'll write down exactly what we want him to say. And as long as he just reads it, he can't go wrong.
Oh, he most certainly can.
You seem to forget that I'm a journalist, old thing. I know exactly what the BBC want. You can rely on me, Mikey.
Wonderful. What on earth is the matter, Tabitha?
It pecked me, the chicken. It's under the desk. Oh, do excuse me, I'm going to have to get... Sorry.
Well, I'd better go and spruce myself up for the TV. Get a few more of these inside me for Dutch courage.
Maybe try and sober up instead, Patrick.
Sober up? Strange concept, old boy. I'll see what I can do. Arrivederci.
Right. Well, listen, I'm going to write up a simple explanation of test and trace and then send it over to Patrick immediately. Pray to whatever God you serve that this all goes well.
So, Janice, it's just you and me.
No, it isn't.
She loves me.
This is
So, this, testing and tracking thing. Or is it tracing? Yeah, that's right. Tracing and tracking. So, if you get a high cough, or a persistent smell, or you lose your temperature, you have to do a test. Not an exam thing, no, a swab. I'm not sure where they stick it, though. And if you're positive, then they hunt down your contacts and tell them to isolate. And it won't be a problem. Oh, I took part in one of these testing and trapping things once. Oh, yes. Emily Partington. Oh, had a bad dose of the clap, so all of the Henley 11s had to get tested. Luckily, I was negative, but then I'd only ever been...